In today's video, we'll be covering the 6 best techniques for making group decisions and how to create and lead an effective team in the office or remotely. So if you're looking for ways to supercharge your team and improve group decision making, you've come to the right place. What's up everybody? Helena here from airfocus, the product strategy platform that enables you to prioritize what to build with confidence and create clear roadmaps. Let's start today's video by talking a little bit about team collaboration and the 5 conditions required for teamwork to be most effective. Putting together a well-functioning team is far more than simply throwing people in a room and hoping for the best. If you're looking to build an effective team, it makes sense to take advice from experts. Harvard University social and organizational professor for psychology, J. Richard Hackman, sums it up best in his book, Leading Teams, and put forward 5 specific conditions required for teamwork to be most effective. Number 1, your team must be real. In order for your team to function at its best, it must be real. This means that it must have a clearly defined leader, a regular core membership, and a shared purpose. This will instill confidence in individuals on the team and ensure that everybody has a shared sense of accountability. Number 2, your team needs a compelling sense of direction. Everyone on the team must have a crystal clear vision of the goal that they share, because no matter how efficient your team is, all of that effort is pointless if it's focused in the wrong direction. Number 3, your team requires an enabling structure. Just as with many ventures in life, achieving success as a team requires structure. More specifically, it requires a structure that empowers each member to do their work most efficiently. Number 4, your team needs a supportive organization. No professional team exists within a vacuum. The organization within which your team exists needs to support the team's goals for it to reach its goals. Number 5, your team needs expert coaching. Part of the team experience is to understand how to best work with others, and coaching is usually essential to achieve this. Just like the biggest sports stars in all the world have coaches, so do the best teams. No man is an island, after all. Now that we've covered the foundation of an effective team, let's talk about 6 of the best techniques that will help your team make optimal group decisions. Number 1, the Delphi Method. Also known as iterative convergence, the Delphi Method is a technique that relies on the expertise of a group or team to assist in coming to complex decisions. The Delphi Method takes place as a series of rounds. During each round, the individual experts will answer questions related to the decision at hand. After each round, a facilitator will take the responses and collate them, then anonymously read them to the group. The next round then takes place in light of the new information coming from other experts. This is essentially a process of refinement of information until only the purest core details or decision options remain. Number 2, brainstorming. Brainstorming is a group decision-making technique in which every member of a group is encouraged to produce any and all ideas that come to mind, no matter how wild or far out they might be. Because brainstorming usually takes place as a free-form session, there are usually few, if any, limitations at all on the process. This can mean that some ideas might be a little bit over the top, but it can also mean that out-of-the-box solutions suddenly become a real possibility. Number 3, the nominal group technique. Also known as NGT, this technique is essentially a more structured form of brainstorming. Here's what a typical NGT session might look like. First, the issue at hand is clearly stated so that everyone in the team understands it. Like in a brainstorming session, each team member then takes whatever pops into their mind and writes it down. Each member then reads aloud one of their ideas, and the leader of the session writes it on a whiteboard. It's crucial that no discussion of the ideas is allowed at this point. After all members have contributed ideas, the team will discuss each one. If everyone agrees, the group can remove ideas from the list or change the wording. Eventually, the team should be left with a refined list of solutions upon which they can all agree. Number 4, ranking. The first step to ranking is to have each member of the team look at what's available and then privately make their own ranked list. This could be 1 to 10, A to Z, t-shirt sizes, or whatever works best for you. Once that's done, the lists are submitted and an average of each vote will be taken for each item. From here, it's a matter of fairly simple math to derive which of the items on your list of solutions is the most popular amongst the group. Number 5, weighted scoring. When applying this method to your decision-making process, you and your team must evaluate each item on your list and assign criteria like business value, costs, and risks. Each of these criteria must be given a score based on the weighting of the item. For example, an item with a high score for business value and a low score for risk would probably be a very high priority item. Once you've carried out weighted scoring for each item on your team's list, you'll be able to total up the scores and make a much more informed decision. Number 6. Priority Poker. Our final and possibly most fun decision-making tool is Priority Poker. This tool, exclusive to airfocus, is a fun and effective way to enable group decision-making. Priority Poker stems from the idea that each stakeholder has their view on what's essential. This often leads to endless meetings without constructive conclusions. Priority Poker is then the best way to ensure that all stakeholder opinions are included in the prioritization process. It works like this. You start by simply clicking on the Priority Poker app and choosing the items you want to rate. The team members you want to have participate in the game can join via the app, a shareable link, or a QR code. Once all of the items are out there to be voted on, team members score each idea or item in the list that they have permissions for. You can play Priority Poker in a live session where everybody plays on their computer, cell phone, or tablet in real time, or you can play at your own time. You can ask players to vote key metrics such as value, cost, risk, etc. to get a holistic picture of which items deserve to be prioritized and which the group decides to tackle later or leave behind. After everyone is done scoring the items, you'll see a handy summary of what your team thinks is important and on which items your team agrees and disagrees with. As the game admin, you'll have the last word and decide how to weigh your team's opinion. You can apply the final rankings to your roadmap right from the game. Handy, right? It's easy to dismiss group decision-making as something difficult and occasionally frustrating. But if you leverage the right techniques, tools, and strategies that we've shared in this guide, you might find it a truly rewarding experience. You should now have everything you need to get out there and build a goal-smashing, name-taking, problem-solving team to tackle almost any business challenge and explain exactly how they did it. If you enjoyed this video, let us know in the comments section and make sure to subscribe so that you can be notified of our new actionable guides and tutorials. And of course, until next time, happy planning!